Thanks very much. Thanks everybody for coming here tonight. It's not a very nice night for travelling. Excuse me. I'm honoured and delighted to have been nominated to seek ratification as candidate for Cork City South West, which will incorporate Bishopstown and for the first time Ballincollig within the city boundaries. As Dahi mentioned, I'm born and bred in Bishopstown. I've been living in Ballincollig for the last 2 decades. My children go to school there. I'd like to pay special thanks at this time to my family, friends and all the Social Democrat friends in Cork and nationally for your support and encouragement. It occurred to me when I was getting ready to speak tonight that in the lifetime of this next local government, this state is to mark the centenary of its existence. And as somebody approaches their 100th birthday, a certain amount of maturity has accrued and is expected, and so it is for a state. As we approach the centenary of our establishment as a sovereign nation, it's time to take stock of our performance as a society, past and present. Almost 100 years ago, the political allegiances of this country were formed in the shadow of a gunman based on a perspective of a treaty at the heart of the formation of the state. As the need to pacify island-wide violence provided good reason to forge political alliances in the 20s, then the shadow of a recession and the eclipse of even more ruinous austerity are equally apt reasons to form a political movement in modern times. As a society, we've had our growing pains, we've abdicated our duties time and again, we've created sacred cows and institutions and positions whose motives and incompetence we didn't dare to question, like school children insecure in the company of our elders and betters. And we've paid the price. The tragic failures of church and state in the treatment of our most vulnerable members. The farce of a health system costing 17 billion a year while failing to provide anything resembling a proficient service for our communities or value for money, as sadly exemplified by the recent farce with the National Children's Hospital debacle. We've had dire poverty and immigration, then newfound wealth and austerity and immigration again, lack of oversight and a failure to hold our sacred cows to account. And certainly we face great challenges in the near future. The chaotic uncertainty of Brexit and the threat to our economic and sovereign interests, and the hideous inequalities caused by a housing policy in thrall to the market, to name just 2 challenges that we have. But let's every once in a while recognise what we have and be thankful for it, to be hopeful for the future. Make no doubt about it, this is a fantastic society and a potentially wonderful time to be alive in it. The tragedy is that these opportunities are not felt by all of our members on this island. Imagine for a moment the envy of so many of our fellow humans at how we've been able to spend an evening tonight. To walk safely to a political gathering with our friends and our families, comfortable in our security, in a country with almost a century's unbroken democracy. To come here to exercise freedom of opinion, of association, basic human rights denied to many of our contemporaries. So why vote for the Social Democrats? You don't vote for the Social Democrats because your parents used to. You don't vote for the Social Democrats to follow a herd, to be on the fringes of some real or imagined social or professional preferment. You vote for the Social Democrats because you're not that bashful child anymore. You're all grown up now with the self-assurance of adults. This is our society, our republic. There is nobody else to blame. You vote Social Democrats because you believe with your heart that this is a society worth fighting for, a society which deserves politics based on evidence and credible governance grounded on fairness and equality and competence. Thanks for the memories, Civil War parties, but we'll take it from here. These local elections are a test for us. The local elections are a small step for us in our continued fight to provide a worthy body politic for the country. We're taking baby steps, but our stride is lengthening and becoming more confident. I'm honoured to have been given this opportunity to contribute in any small way I can. Thank you.